Afternoon. Good afternoon. Sunny Florida, west coast of Florida. Very grateful to be able to have a nice pool, a bay behind me. Florida's great. Best state in the country. And if you've never been to Florida, you should come to Florida. So it's lunchtime, and we're going to discuss Summer Wells talk. Wawa. Wawa. Today's lunch. Quesadillas. Quesadillas, people. Look at these yummy quesadillas. But I'm going to discuss a little bit about, man, they're good. How's everyone doing? Come on in. Share around. Let's talk. Let's talk about Summer Wells talk, right? I'm heavily invested in the Summer Wells case. Gotta have an appetite. Plus, I just had eye surgery. Man. And what happened to my eye was there's this, it's called surfer's eye. And, you know, you have your, the white around your eye. And this, like, thing would build on it, and it would go towards my sight, and it would block my sight, so I couldn't see well. So the doctor had to give me anesthesia and put me, lay me down and cut it out. It was like a 30-minute process, whatever like that, but my eye was like sealed shut. It still hurts. When I turn my head to the right and to the left, it hurts. It's going to take a few weeks to heal, whatever like that. But I can still see in this eye. But I'm going to tell you, we take our eyes for granted, people. We take our eyes for granted because, when it happened, I couldn't even open this eye. It was squinting, and it was tough. It was difficult concentrating. It was difficult, seeing things. I couldn't see nothing, and we take our eyes for granted. So we're all here because of Summer Wells. I want to talk about Dawn Wells. Right? About the rumor going around that Dawn Wells is going to U-turn Christian rehab when he gets out of jail, or, to get some time off his sentence. It's not true, people. Don is not going to rehab. And I'm going to tell you why. One, I called U-Turn and spoke to, it sounded like the general manager or the person that runs the show there, and he wasn't even familiar with his name. He said, I don't even know this name. I don't even know. Though he did say he could be on the list, but he wasn't familiar. Dawn Wells. Remember, people, Dawn Wells went to jail, got sentenced on February 7th, 2022. February 7th, he went in. He got a 11-month, 29-day sentence. That was his time. The Hawkins County sheriffs showed me documentation that Dawn Wells is getting out on October 30th of this year, 2022, October 30th. If you do the math, from February 7th, he got basically a 1-year sentence. So we'll just say 1 year. So at the worst Dawn Wells could do is February 7th, 2023. Really, it's February 6th, since he got an 11-month, 29-day sentence. So February 6th, 2022. February 6th, 2023. February 6th, 2023. That would be the worst Dawn Wells does, right? The Hawkins County sheriffs have him listed as leaving October 30th, 2022. Do the math. Subtract from February 6th to October 30th. And what do you get? What do you get? I'll tell you what you get. You get 96 days. You get 96 days. So he's getting out 96 days early, roughly. Did you know that inmates in Tennessee, whether it's state or local, get 8 days a month good time off their sentence? 8 days a month good time. I'll tell you why October 30th makes perfect sense. Don Wells is getting good time. 8 days per month times 12. 8 times 12 is what? 96. 96 days. Don Wells is getting out when he's supposed to get out because he's getting 96 days good time. He's getting 96 days good time, which takes his sentence from February 6, 2023 maximum, subtract it, and you get down to October 30th. Now, I might be off a day or two because, what month? January has 31 days, right? But remember, Don Wells also spent a day in jail when he got arrested for his DUI. So I'm assuming that counted towards his sentence. But the math is right. The math is pointing that Don Wells should get out when he gets out because he gets good time. And not many people have been speaking about that. Good time. He does get good time. So why in the world would he want to go to rehab? If he's getting out from good time, why would he go to rehab between October 30th and his maximum sentence? It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. Oh, this thing got hot peppers. It's a quesadilla. A quesadilla. Now, it's interesting I'm eating quesadillas because I have something I want to show you guys. I have something I want to show you guys while I'm eating quesadillas. We listened to Chris McDonough the other day from the interview room, and, you know, he was basically thinking there's 4 people involved with this case. 4 people involved with this case. Don Wells, Candace Wells, and Grandma Bly. And then he named a 4th person, or he said a 4th person, but he wouldn't name the 4th person. What do you guys think? You guys think 4 people are involved? I think 3 people. I think there's 3 people involved. 3 amigos. It's kind of why I got quesadillas. 3 amigos are involved with this case. This, to me, is amigo number 1. Prime suspect number 1 in this case. And I know you guys would probably agree with me on this. Amigo number 1. Prime suspect number 1. Candace. Amigo number 1. She is the prime suspect number 1 in this case. For sure. Why? I mean, she was basically the last person to see Summer alive. We've heard the history of Candace when it comes to abuse and neglect of her own children. Her children were taken away from her. We've heard stories from people with first-hand knowledge that Candace would give alcohol to her children and neglect her children and not give her children medical care. This is prime suspect number 1, for sure. Let's talk about, and I got her with a sombrero hat, by the way, at the border, while I'm eating quesadillas. Okay. Prime suspect number 2. Who do you think prime suspect number 2 is? To me, I'll say prime suspect number 2. Now, this is up for debate, and this might shock you when I say this. Who I think the number 2 suspect in this case is right now, because this is where it's leading my mind. Though it's subjected to change, and I'm open to anything. This, to me, is prime suspect number 2. Right here. Her. This right here, to me, is prime suspect number 2. Y'all thought it was the other person. Prime suspect number 1, prime suspect number 2. It came out of her own mouth that Summer was in her trailer with the boys right before Summer went missing. Summer was in her trailer. Then Summer went, allegedly, back into her house, down the steps, and then she vanished. Has she been polygraphed? Has she been interrogated? Voluntarily? Has she been read her rights? What's up? I believe that this one right here knows more than she's playing. And knows more. I really do. I really do. And then we have prime suspect number 3. I believe that Candace, or Grandma, is more of a factor in this than Don. I'm confused about Don. I really am confused about Don. I'm confused because I've listened to hours of tapes of Don. And his mind, you can't rattle him, man. You can't rattle him. He's stuck with the story. But a lot of things Don has been saying in the tapes that I've been listening to, that I have with him, is he just seems like he puts trust in her, and whatever she says goes. He's like, Candace says this, that's how it happened. Candace said this, that's how it happened. I have a lot of that in tapes. Candace said she went in, went down in the Summer went inside the house, went down in the basement, and that's what Candace said. And Candace is a good person, and I believe her. That's why I'm confused. I am really confused because I can't say if this was premeditated or an accident, and I can't say for sure if Don helped get rid of the body. Though some things Don says does not make sense at all to me. In particular, he's claiming he called 911. He's claiming he called 911 in Jonesboro, Tennessee, Washington County, to report Summer missing, and he raced home at 120 miles an hour and got there. It just doesn't make sense considering that we've just heard from Andy Bernard, Jody Suzaks, who said that he got to that house around 6:30. Around 6:30. That was when Hawkins County, that's when the TBI, Leslie Earhart with the TBI, said a phone call was made to report Summer Wells missing around 6:30. Andy Bernard says he was there at 6:30. Then he said immediately after he got there, that's when Don Wells came and authorities came. It came out of his mouth. If Don Wells made that call like he claims he did at 6:30, it's going to take Don Wells at least 30 minutes to get home. It really takes 35 to 40 minutes. But say he did race home and he's not going 120 miles an hour, because I took that same route. I took the same route. And there's lots of turns and lots of curves. You can't go more than 60 sustain more than 60 miles an hour. You're going to have to slow down and go around these curves. They're very dangerous. I almost got in a head-on accident up there. Don Wells races home. He's not going to get home to 7 p.m. So it makes me believe, another YouTuber had talked about this yesterday. Where did Don Wells make that 911 call? Was he already in Hawkins County? Was he in between his work and home when he made that 911 call? Or call to a sheriff's? Because we don't even know if it was a 911 call. Where was he? Because he arrived at that home, he said out of his own mouth, before authorities did. But the timing does not make sense. Though I still think her here is more culpable than him. I think her knows more than him and is more involved. I think it's these two. I really do think it's these two. I think it's these two. You know, Grandma loves Candace. I played a video yesterday of a funeral of Kenneth James Bly. That was Candace's father. We don't know much about, you know, it hasn't been brought out much about Kenneth. Kenneth, if Kenneth is Candace's biological father, he had her when Kenneth was 45 years old. Crazy. But Grandma and Kenneth divorced in 94. They went their separate ways. And it seems like the three daughters that Grandma has, the three daughters, Janine, Rosemarie Bly, and Candace, it seems like, based off that funeral that I just watched, when Kenneth died a month before Summer went missing, that Janine, Janine, the other daughter, took the side of Kenneth, opposed to the side of Grandis. So I think there was a split in that family, in that Bly Harrer family. Rosemarie Bly missing. Candace sticks with her mom. And Janine, the other daughter, takes the side of Kenneth. And Kenneth separates from the well. So I think there's a separation. So these two are tight. These two are tight to the hip. They're tight to the hip. They're tight to the hip. That's why I think these two know what happened that day. For sure. And have done something. Done something. Because I don't believe there was a kidnapping. I don't believe there was a wandering off. I just don't believe it. I have speculated theories. Like I did say that Jody Sue's dog could have done something to Candace if Summer in fact did go into that house and Candace left the property. Like Fred Hill was claiming, a vehicle left. He saw Candace leave that day. And Summer just wandered off and down to the bottom of the hill and intercepted Jody Sue's dog because she sent her dog out on Jackie Dobbs, because Jackie Dobbs and Jody Sue had a beef. And it looked like an angry beef because Jody Sue was rambling on videos back in May of 2021. Now, she hates Dobbs and hates the realtor for selling Dobbs a defective property or misrepresented property. Right? I'm reading your comments. I'm reading your people's comments. I think it boils down to Don. Don Wells, to me, these are the three amigos, by the way. Three amigos, right here. I'm going to call these people the three, I'm not going to call them the three suspects. I'm going to call them the three amigos. Right here. There's people at the three amigos. Don, to me, is slick. He's slick. He knows how to say the right things. Remember, Don Wells was in prison in Utah 5 separate times on 5 different charges over a span of many, many years. And every time he was in the Utah Department of Corrections, they would parole him out. You know why they would parole him out? Because Don Wells would have to go sit in front of a parole board and explain what he's going to do to better his life. And we've heard Don throw the religious card out there and all the Jesus wants to save me talk and everything like that. Probably told the parole board exactly what they want to hear. And Don Wells would get paroled out. But coincidentally, every time he paroled out on 5 of his cases, he violated. He violated and ended up coming back. But he would tell these parole board people, just like he's telling all of us, what we want to hear. He's slick. He's slick. He's slick with his words. I was standing face to face with Don Wells at his job. Like literally face to face. He told me. He called my name. Jonathan, get the F out of my face. But he would refuse to look me in the eye. He was hiding something. He was hiding something. The lunch was pretty good. Lunch was pretty good today. So what do you think? I did give an explanation why Don Wells is getting out when he's getting out. No inmate, if they're going to get out on good behavior, is going to say, hey, I voluntarily want to just go to rehab and get help. No, it's not happening. I don't believe that he's offered rehab services while he's sitting in jail. We were told by Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson that Don Wells is serving his time in solitary confinement, aka protective custody. Again, for the new people that just jumped on, I will repeat this. Don Wells' maximum sentence is to February 6th, 2023. Hawkins County sheriffs have him listed as of now, October 30th, 2022. Do the math. Subtract February 6th all the way back down to October 30th. You get around 96 days. All inmates in Tennessee, state or local, get 8 days a month good time. 8 times 12, because he got a 12-month sentence, is 96 days. He's getting out on October 30th because he's getting good time. He's getting out in October because he's getting good time. He's not getting out because he's going to rehab. And he's not going to U-turn rehab. There is a individual in the Michelle After Dark Facebook group. She posts a lot. She claims she knows the family. And she comes up with these wild conspiracy theories. One time, she said she knows exactly, or she knows who killed Rosemarie Bly. I've gotten bickers with her. She's the one that made this claim that Don Wells is going to U-turn Christian rehab, and it's already been set up. You heard the phone call I made today. The guy never heard of Don Wells. And you would think Don Wells, he would know if he's coming in. They would know. Don Wells is not going to rehab. He's getting out October 30th because that's the good time. That's the good time. You get good time. Unless he misbehaves. He could catch an incident report from now all the way to then. But interesting about good time, how that works is if he already served, like the inmates get 8 days a month. If he's already been in there, 5 months already? They can't take away the 5 months he's already earned. So they can't take away 8 times 5, 40. They can't take away 40 days. So say Don Wells gets in a fight with an inmate right now. He's not going to lose all that back good time that he's already accumulated. He might get out a little bit later than October 30th, but it looks like as of right now, Don Wells gets at least 40 days of that 96-day good time. That's how it works. That's how it works. I don't know if anyone has ever said, hey, Don Wells gets good time. They get good time. Probation violations, sentences, anyone in the county jail, they get good time. They get good time. Her, I have some new information on her. There's something going down with her this weekend. I'm not going to say what it is. I promised I wouldn't say what it is. But something's going down with her this weekend. Some of you might know. Some of you might not know. I think we'll hear more about it next week. But I'm not going to reveal it to thwart it from happening. I'm not going to discourage it. I'm just going to observe. It's not my role. This weekend, it'll be interesting with her this weekend. As far as her being in that town, someone, another YouTube creator took a picture yesterday and said she was in a town. It's interesting because, you know, the plates on her Subaru were a lot different than the plates I saw in January. She could have got new plates in the meantime. She apparently is in Tennessee. She's apparently in Tennessee. Who is she, you know, with? Who's taking care of her? What's going on? I don't know. I don't know. Now, Candace is not deceased. I can say that for a fact. Candace is not deceased. I do know people that know her, that I communicate with, and tell me things. Candace is not deceased. She went AWOL for a while. She went AWOL for the last few weeks. But she's resurfaced. Something is happening with her this weekend. I'm not going to say what. I think we'll know about it next week. Whatever like that. Yeah, I'm very entrenched in this. And I do have a lot of sources. I have a lot of contacts. I do have a lot of databases, believe it or not. I have a lot of databases that I can access. It's just with my line of work and my inquisitive nature and everything like that of covering this. But, I mean, you guys been watching my videos. You know, I put out hundreds of videos about this. You guys have seen that I've been boots on the ground. I can tell you for sure I'm not purposely putting out any misinformation. There might be a few things I might have a little bit wrong, a little times differences and stuff like that, but I am not putting out misinformation on purpose with this case. I've been pretty on point, you know, trying to speak to neighbors and stuff and trying to paint a picture. But at the end of the day, we all still don't know. No one is right here. No one is right when it comes to this case. We just don't know at this time. But these are my three amigos. Amigo number one, I believe this is suspect number one. In my book, I believe this is suspect number two. It's not Don. This is suspect number two. And this is suspect number three. I don't think there's a fourth person involved. I really don't. I don't think, you know, Tim Mullen, a lot of people, you know, let me talk about Tim Mullen for a minute, my opinion about Tim Mullen. I just think he's a wise guy. He thinks it's funny. He wants to be secretive. He wants to interject himself as the Wells media manager. I've seen numerous posts from people on the Candace side of the camp saying they don't want Tim Mullen involved. It seems like Tim Mullen is just protecting Don. Why he's doing it, I don't know. He's trying to, like, he was mad. He was mad. Tim Mullen seemed mad. If you go to the Find Summer Wells Facebook page, he's mad that Vinnie Politan, I guess he had Chris McDonough on the show the other day, and they talked about the Summer Wells case. If you go to Find Summer Wells Facebook page, it seems like Tim Mullen is butthurt because Vinnie Politan didn't reach out to him. And, you know, but then at the end of the day, you know, Tim Mullen said, well, at least it gets Summer's name out. But he didn't seem happy. Tim Mullen thinks he's going to Hollywood with this. He thinks he's going to sell a story, you know, as the Wells being a victim. But have you seen any mainstream media outlet or even the sheriffs or TBIs or anything rallying behind these people, holding hands with these people? No. No one has been hanging around with these people at all. Why? We know why. Because no one wants to be affiliated with them. Nobody wants to be affiliated with Don and Candace Wells. What values do they represent? What goodness do they have? None. Considering the continuous track record of what's going on. I mean, look what happened in the course of Summer going missing forward. All the shenanigans and all the crazy drama, calling 911 and not letting people search for Summer, the drama, going on YouTubes and stuff like that, drunk. That's the behavior of Don and Wells. That is the pattern. That is the pattern for years. Problems after problems after problems. Nobody wants to be aligned with that. Just bottom feeders. Like, Wells have sympathizers out there. I don't get how you can be a Wells sympathizer, but, you know, birds flock together. Birds flock together. My eyes still bother me. I have to wear these glasses for a while. I can see better. Yeah, I don't want to get rid of my eye. I think I'm in good God's hands. Thank you for sharing lunch with me. Just wanted to just really, show that the three amigos here are my suspects. I don't believe there's a fourth suspect. And Don Wells gets good time. That's why he's getting out October 30th. Read your comments here. Is Candace pregnant? I don't believe she's pregnant. I don't believe she's pregnant. A lot of people have been saying that her tubes are tied. Every child Candace had has been taken away, by the way. Every child. She's not going to get Mother of the Year award by anybody. What are you drinking, JLR? I am drinking iced tea. There you go. I guess I had it like this. Iced tea. I don't drink alcohol, by the way. I made a commitment. What was it? 6 years when I got released from prison 6 years ago. I made a commitment not to drink or do drugs. Get my life better in order. Surround myself with positive people. Pray. Do selfless acts. I made that commitment, and so far I've stuck to it. I'm very passionate when it comes to causes. I got a lot of negativity when I was out in front of the laundry home with a bullhorn for 5 weeks straight. You got to understand that my feelings were that the laundries were guilty, and the Petito family and the Schmidt family feel that way too, because they are suing the laundries, feeling that the laundries knew, just like how I felt they knew. And Brian was missing at the time, and I felt like there had to be pressure. A lot of people are saying, well, you're harassing the neighbors and everybody with a bullhorn. No, most of the neighbors, there was only one that didn't like it. All the other neighbors would actually give us food and water, giving us high fives, thanking us. And the neighbors around the laundries were renting out their homes to media outlets, like the Brian Intons and the Fox News and those news networks that were camped out in front of the laundry home. The neighbors were allowing them to do that. The neighbors were against the laundries and stuff like that. So just out there working. Everyone have a very good day. Going to start going through my Don Wells tapes. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to be analyzing them and trying to catch him in discrepancies. And a lot of you creators out there that got interviews with the Wells, with Don and Candace and other players, I review your videos too. Very grateful that you guys put that out there and was able to secure interviews with Don and Candace so we can compare and try to figure this out. You know what I mean? And, what's going to happen? Is Don Wells going to get out of jail? Is he going to, are they going to bring more charges on him before he gets out of jail? Is another state going to extradite him like Utah? We keep hearing that Utah might come and get him. Is that a possibility? Who knows? It's going to be interesting. Is Candace just lurking around the area, just waiting for Don to come out so then they can proceed on what they're going to do together? Are they going to leave the area? Are they going to move? Are they going to stay there? I mean, I just say that if Summer remains missing, this is not going to go away for the Wells family. There's going to be people continuously going up there looking for Summer, continuously making videos, continuously trying to find this little girl. I mean, we've all, I'm going to say, fell in love with this image of Summer, right? This is a little girl. This is a little girl that mattered, and deserves better. Deserves better. And, I'm trying my best. Sometimes I gaslight them a little bit to try to provoke a response or to get people affiliated with them to kind of share some information. I do have some tactics in the way I do things to try to extract information. I was very grateful for Brandon for taking me through there. I just spoke to another Don Wells neighbor the other day in Facebook Messenger. He shared with me some insight. I will be sharing that, but he didn't want to come on camera because he felt the backlash and everything like that. But he's totally on our side and feels that Candace and Don are guilty for sure. I haven't met one neighbor in that area that believes Don and Candace are innocent. Though I'm curious to know about the Chambers. the Chambers. The Chambers are that house right there on Beach Creek and Ben Hill Road. Donnie Chambers, Carolyn Chambers, and then we're hearing about this Daniel Chambers. Daniel Chambers, according to a former friend of Candace, Marlena Crawford. I heard a videotape. There's a video out there on a YouTube channel, Lips. Very kind that Lips sent me that audio in my email. I'm going to put something together about that. But according to Marlena Crawford, Candace had something going on with this guy, the Chambers guy, Daniel Chambers, which is Donnie and Carolyn's son. And they are all friends with each other on Facebook. The Chambers are friends with the Wells. And Carolyn Chambers, the owner of that home there, did yell at us when we first went up there looking for Summer back in the beginning of December 2022. She was screaming at us, telling us there's cameras out there and get out of here, whatever like that. And Don Wells, when he talked and said that he raced home the day Summer went missing, his boys were out there, and also his neighbor Donnie, which is Donnie Lee Chambers, that home there. So I'm just wondering, what's their position in this case? Because I haven't spoken to any other neighbor that said, hey, Don and Candace Wells are innocent. It was an abduction. The church people around there at Mount Carmel Church and also Solomon's Temple, the two nearest churches by the home of Don and Candace Wells, they didn't even kind of none of them backed Don or Candace. They just said they have problems. They have problems. Like, there's nobody standing out there, a vocal supporter of Don or Candace. I mean, I've spoken to the guy I just talked to the other day, who I'm going to share. Brandon taking me back there. The Sherfleys, we know Jody Sue and Andy Bernard's position. The neighbor across the street on Simpson Road that we talked to in her car, who said TBI never spoken to her. She said she thinks they're guilty. Fred Hill thinks Candace and Don are guilty. I mean, the people around that home that see them the most, if they see them at all, and you can't even see their house from the road, they all feel that Don or Candace are involved. And most of you. We all know. The sheriff knows. The sheriff knows. TBI knows. But they have ethics they got to follow and stuff like that to protect the integrity of the investigation. We have more free reins to say what we want and how we feel. And even report how we want to report. You know, we're not going to be sued for defamation or slander or libel by Don or Candace when it comes to this case. Because if we were all wrong, you would think that Don and Candace, thank you, Annie. I appreciate that. Thank you. God bless you. If we were all wrong and we were slandering, defaming, libel against Don or Candace or Grandma, we'd all be hit up with a cease and desist or lawsuits. They're not going to sue us. The Wells are not going to sue us. They're not going to sue us. You know why? Because they know. They know that we know. They know that we know. You notice in other cases of high-profile cases, when it comes to people blaming family members, you'll always hear about the family members sending a media outlet or certain individuals cease and desist letters saying, do not, you say we're guilty or whatnot. That happens a lot. But in this, we could sit there and talk about Don and Candace Wells every day. Where the wind blows. Thank you. God bless you. I appreciate that. Trying my best to bring awareness to this case and dig. I work every day trying to find out what happens. And when you guys make videos, a lot of you YouTube creators make videos, I go off of what you guys do because you might bring a new clue, and then it takes my mind down a new path. But I could tell you for sure that I have a dossier and a whole packet of just this case. And, if any YouTube creators want to bring me on, I'll talk. I'll talk. We can talk about the case and we can put our minds together. Thank you. Thank you, Lady May. Post your email, please. Thank you for your work and all you do. I will. It's jonathan.riches@originalmedia.global. I'll post the link in the comments. I'll post the link in the comments. I appreciate you for exposing the fake PI. Yeah, that's a whole other story in reference to that PI guy that's been ambulance shopping and going and exploiting and vulnerable people that have missing children, family loved ones. I mean, that's shameful that guy has been doing that. I know 5 victims of his, and it's just disgusting. And I don't understand how some of these platforms on YouTube are giving that guy a platform like he's credible, because he's not. Thank you. Don't ever give up, JLR. Thank you, Linda Lou Who. Cool name, Linda Lou Who. Rhymes. Miss Jean, thank you. I appreciate that. God bless. God bless you all, man. You guys, I'm very grateful. You guys are great. Thank you for believing in my work and stuff like that. I think at the beginning when I first covered this case, it was 50-50 because a lot of people read a lot of things about me. I made past mistakes in the past, or when it comes to my behaviors in the past, lawsuits and stuff. So it was like 50-50. People didn't really understand. I did have a lot of supporters beforehand because I've been covering some of the missing people cases and tragedies all the way back from, before Chris Watts. And I think over time that people started to see it, that I'm generally trying to find Summer and I'm generally trying to help and make a difference and stuff like that. So now I think it's probably about, I'd say 90 positive, 10% hate. There is still some haters, and they just, want to just reflect on things I've done 5-10 years ago, and they just can't get over it, or they just hating on seeing me work hard and trying to be productive and trying to get answers, right? Neva, thank you. Appreciate that. God bless you. Yeah, your heart is cool. I like that. That's cool. But yeah, so ask me. I'll talk for a few. Ask me anything. Anyone can ask me something. Let me see your comments. I am every day working on the Summer Wells case. I'm putting out snippets of videos. I just don't want to I've been going on lives a few times. Thank you, Fixin2. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've been going on lives a few times and lately, but I don't want to just sit on a panel all day and just bore. If I want to speak, or if I want to get to the point and I want to just say a lot of the things and just get it over with and keep it moving. I try to keep videos and new stuff that I learn about the Summer Wells case 10 minutes or less. I think our attention spans are short-lived, and we just want to get to the point and stuff like that. I'm impressed by your hard work and the fact that you don't get into the drama. Yes. What is that? Banjo trance? Yes. No drama whatsoever. Not going to engage with other YouTubers when it comes to drama and stupid, frivolous nonsense. It's pointless. It's a waste of time. I don't hate on other YouTuber creators and stuff like that. I don't feel like I'm in competition with other YouTubers. That's not what I'm trying to do. I want to keep it about the subject matter and the people around the case. Unless a YouTuber gets involved with the case, with someone's case, and is there and something happens, I might talk about it. But what a YouTuber is doing in their own personal life, another YouTuber that's talking about this case, I could care less. I can care less. I don't even waste my time. I don't even watch it. I don't want to sit there and talk about other YouTubers. Jody Sue, she's a YouTuber, but she's also involved with the Summer Wells case as far as interjecting herself. She's made some very bold claims with this case, saying that she, from the animalistic scream to Andy Bernard giving drugs to, the Wells to sedate Summer. So she's interjected herself. So I think she's fair game when it comes to criticizing and analyzing Jody Sue. She is a YouTuber, but I think she's using her YouTube centered around the Summer Wells tragedy and trying to mix that in. So I think, she deserves and we have the right to analyze her, and, I'll talk about her. Oh, and the other day, so I made a video the other day talking about, Andy Bernard and my reasonings why Andy Bernard is now on YouTube. He is being sued. He's being sued in Hawkins County from his landlord. Spoke to his landlord. You guys heard the video. Landlord was very nice, in his 70s. Afterward, I didn't know, like, okay, so at the time that the landlord spoke to me and said about Andy Bernard and his girlfriend yelling in court, whatever like that, and stuff like that. So then I dug in and I found Andy's girlfriend. Actually, no one gave it to me. I've actually found it myself. And I just sent her a message on Facebook, and she responded. And she knew who I was. She knew about the video that I posted about the landlord. She said she's getting a lot of, her and Andy's getting a lot of backlash for that interview, or for that video that I posted. I said I had to do it, you know, because that's what I do. But she talked to me. I'm not going to reveal her name. I'm not going to, because I thought I appreciated her taking the time. I think we messaged each other for a few hours. So I'm not going to reveal her name. However, I told her I am going to reveal what she said to me. I'm just going to keep her anonymous. So I am going to share that. I'm going to share that soon, coming up. So just stay tuned to that, you know, because she does provide a lot of insight about Jody Sue and what they're going through back and forth with Jody Sue, which I thought was, it's sad. It's sad. And my opinion about Jody Sue is I think she's the #1 drama person when it comes to this case. A lot of problems over YouTube, and a lot of misinformation, and a lot of just, I think when Hawkins County probably gets saturated with calls, the sheriffs and everything, it all has to do with Jody Sue, because of Jody Sue's mouth and these wild, bold claims that she makes, I think creates a lot of this drama. Although lately, you know, I don't know what was happening at the beginning of this case, because I didn't jump onto the Summer Wells case to late November 2021. I didn't jump onto the case. So some of you people have been with this case from the beginning. But it seems like to me Jody Sue is the #1 culprit of this whole drama stuff that we see. And there's a couple of YouTube creators, I'm not going to say their name. I think it's just creating a lot of issues too. Eva Bargensen, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, and I'm in Florida, so been up to the wells 5 times. I think I'm gonna go for the 6th one soon. There's a couple other things I'm looking at right now. I have my eyes on the Michael Vaughn case. Michael Vaughn out there in Fruitland, Idaho. He's been missing for almost a year. The anniversary of Michael Vaughn comes up in 1 year, and you know, I have my eye on something there and stuff like that, and I'm going to be looking into that more. And I probably will be going up to the Wells case probably in a few months. Yeah, Monkey. Yeah, that was his nickname, Michael Monkey Vaughn. That's a sad situation, but it's interesting about Michael Vaughn's case, because if you look at the address of that home, it is like literally right next to a gigantic field that takes you right to the Snake River in Idaho. So it's just weird, you know. I don't personally believe the abduction story with Michael Vaughn, that he was abducted. It's just the home there is right next to a field, and a lot of places to put somebody. You know, and the Snake River is a big river. That's a big river, believe it or not. Snake River. It actually snakes all over multiple states out there, whatever like that. I saw that when I was in Idaho, going to Gabby Petito's, where Gabby Petito's remains were found, which was interesting. But I'm gonna go back to the wells. You know, I'm also gonna be vigilant, because I do post videos, and there might not be people happy with the content that I put out there. That might take it personal and might try to take a jab at me. I don't want to end up like Doug from Northport, right? Doug from Northport. You know, let me tell you something about that particular case with Doug from Northport. And I am a supporter of Doug from Northport. As if you guys don't know who Doug is, he's a YouTuber that goes around the city of Northport down there in southwestern Florida. He does a lot of videos. He has a YouTube channel, pretty big following. and he likes to film something. The other day, a few weeks ago, he was attacked. He was attacked just for being who he is by another guy who didn't like his YouTube videos, and Doug got into the hospital, and he's fighting for his life. I don't know how his medical condition is, but the guy got arrested. He tried to grab his phone and go crazy like that. But the guy that assaulted Doug from Northport reminds me of when I was down there at the... Oh, am I out? I think my time is up. All right, guys, I will chat with you. Stay with me. I think my thing went off. Hold on. We'll go back. Had to get my charger. Bear with me. If you guys are still on, you're going to see me plug in a charger. Okay. I'm back. Had to get a charger. But it reminds me of the time when the guy down there in Northport assaulted me when I was outside the home of Brian Laundrie. He was mad because I was handing out flyers of Gabby Petito and where Brian Laundrie is to all the neighbors. He was mad that I went on his property days before and came and hunted me down and attacked me. And he actually, pushed me over and started screaming and yelling and stuff like that in front of national TV. Well, that guy got arrested. That guy got convicted. He pled guilty. He got like 6 months probation, whatever like that. He sent me a apology letter. He was ordered by the courts to send me an apology letter. But Doug from Northport being assaulted by that guy reminds me of that guy. His name was Angelo Zappacosta. That was the guy that assaulted me down there in Northport. Crazy tempered guy, got discharged from the Marines, dishonorable discharge, and went and just attacked me because he was mad I stepped on his property. So I want to be careful when I go back up to the wells because I don't want to get attacked. I don't want to get assaulted by anyone because their feelings are hurt or they're mad because they seen a video that I posted and stuff like that. We all might not agree with one another when it comes to following these type of cases and stuff like that, but just because someone is putting out something you might not like doesn't give you the right to attack someone physically because of their opinion or thoughts or them passionate about a certain cause. I don't agree with a lot of causes out there, but I don't go attack the person because I don't agree with their causes. So that's I pray that won't happen to any of you guys out there, any of you YouTuber creators. I don't want to see you guys get attacked or assaulted by other people for doing your work or doing your passion. This is a passion. This is a passion that we all have, that we do put our lives on the line. We invest a lot of time and we try our best to get answers. Our own tactics and our own ways and our own methods. I have my own ways I do things and my own style, and some might like it, some might not. I'm not always correct. Some of the things that I do, people might not agree with, but it is what it is, and that's how it goes. So God bless everyone. See you soon. Thanks for watching. Justice for Summer Wells and all the missing children out there. We will keep digging. I'm going to play some tapes. I'm going to play Annie Bernard's girlfriend. I'm going to share what we discussed, and we'll talk about that. Maybe I'll do another live tomorrow with Annie, discussing what Annie Bernard's girlfriend said to me. I'm not going to reveal her identity. I'm not going to reveal who she is. And then the other neighbor that I just spoke to, of Don Wells, he provided some insight too, which is good. So everyone be safe. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon.